Hello, it has been a long time since I've done like a sit down chatty video. So hello, welcome back to my channel. I know you've seen a vlog, which these sleeves are gonna drive me mad by the way. I've just come back from my friend's barbecue, so I'm looking a bit dishevelled, but I thought I've got my hair and makeup done, let's get a video done. So, you would have seen in my Brighton vlog that I already have told you in a non-surprisey way, which is a bit rubbish of me really, that me and Sean are expecting a baby. And I wanted to make this video, I guess, as a little bit of a way of moving forward with things, of sort of overcoming my feelings for many years, 5 years to be exact. And also I'm hoping in some vain way it might give people hope, a little bit of a boost that miracles do happen, which sounds really cheesy, but it's true. And I'm going to talk about my trying to conceive journey, and like I say, hopefully someone might be able to relate to me, because I know when I was trying to conceive, I watched a lot of these videos, a lot of TikToks, Instagram accounts that gave me hope, and I had some friends in real life as well that actually were going through the same journey. They've been trying for years and years and years. One of my friends was trying for like 10-15 years, and they fell pregnant just outside of their IVF treatment and stuff. So I just wanted to do this video just to, I don't know, just chat about my experiences, and also like it's part of my journey. I'm gonna be like making lots of baby content on here, and hopefully my little baby can watch these back when me and Sean are dust one day. And yeah, I just thought it might be insightful. On the topic of Sean, he's my husband if you're new here, I have spoken to him about doing this video because I'm very aware it's not just my journey, it's his journey too, and obviously his health does come into this. And I didn't want to, it's really hard for me to tell the story without saying what was wrong with us both, but I just want to check it was okay with him, and he's absolutely happy for me to talk about it. So before anyone thinks that's really mean to sort of like talk about his health problems, not that he has problems, that's awful, you know what I mean. I just didn't want to bring anything up without you thinking that I hadn't spoken to him. So let's skip to it. So I'm 36, I have grey hair. I was starting to feel like, I'll be honest with you, I'm quite a positive person. I believe in like manifestation. You'll have to excuse me, I'm going to be doing a lot of ums and thinking of words. I'm normally really articulate, but you know, pregnancy brain is real. So I might forget a few of my words. So I am really a positive person, and I was always like, we will have a baby. I felt it in my destiny that we would always have children. But it gets to a point, and I don't know if any of you guys are like this, if you're here and you're struggling, where you just feel like, am I making this up in my head? Is it just not the path for me? Never imagined my life without children. So we started trying on our wedding night, literally. Well, not the wedding night, we both fell asleep actually. But I stopped taking my pill. Been on the pill my whole life pretty much, which is probably part of the problem. I don't know, not gonna make any claims, but the more I've read into it, obviously, you just think when you come off the pill, it's gonna be magical. I even started thinking, because I'm really into my star signs, I was like, here we go, I'm going to choose a month that I would like my baby born, and we're going to set that. It does not work like that, not for me anyway. So that was funny. So we started trying 5 years ago, 2017, and I just expected it to happen. I'm really regular, it's probably TMI this video, really regular with my cycles. I've got a short cycle every 24-25 days, so that might have been a bit of a problem, I thought, but like clockwork. Me and Sean, healthy people, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs. So I was like, well, hey, this is just gonna happen. It did not. 5 years down the line, I've never even had like a proper pregnancy test that says positive. So we started looking into things. Unfortunately, I'm in Cambridgeshire, and our area does not qualify for any IVF treatment. So we knew we'd have to save up the money ourselves, which is frustrating, because it's just like, because of the like postcode lottery, it's not really fair. We pay our taxes just as much as anybody else. In fact, sometimes I think I pay a lot more. I own my own business. To be honest, I think my business is part of the problem. I was very stressed running my own business. It was super busy for the first 5 years, and then yeah, we just were getting nowhere with it. And I think we started trying when I was like 31. So I was like, we've got time, it's fine. You start reading up on it and it says, you know, it can take healthy couples up to a year. So we were like, for the first year, I was like, no biggie. And then as time went on, I was like, this is not happening. And all of your friends have babies and you're thinking, God, like I really want a child, I'm ready now. Anyway, I'm a big believer in your life path and everything like that. So talking about what sort of like treatment we started looking into. So I'm really big on like alternative therapies. We didn't find, we were in Peterborough at the time when we were trying first. I didn't find my GP very good there. I rarely go to the doctors, so I don't really have a rapport with a certain doctor or anything like that. I found because it wasn't funded, it wasn't really like nobody really, it's awful to say they didn't care, but I just felt like I didn't really have anything to go on unless I was paying for it. So I looked into like what I could do. So I started going to acupuncture, which is a big thing for me because I hate needles, absolutely hate needles. And again, I think that's why I put the IVF thing off. I was like, I don't think I can go through that. And hats off to anyone that can. I'm just petrified, and obviously I've got better with needles now that I'm actually pregnant. We just got to deal with it. Feels like it's for a reason, but I'm really scared of hospitals, medical settings, needles. I'm big enough to admit it. So I went for tests and everything. I went for blood tests because obviously as a woman you just think it's you are the person carrying the baby, so it must be me. They couldn't find anything wrong. Now don't get me wrong, I was happy about that, but it's really frustrating because you're almost like, I want there to be something wrong so we can fix it, but they couldn't find anything. Even my cortisol levels, which is for stress, they were fine. I was like, brilliant. Like, I'm not stressed, nothing's wrong. So I went for acupuncture. I spent a fortune, absolute fortune. Didn't get us anywhere. Then my husband went for tests and we found out that he had, although he had millions of them, tons to go around, was it the mobility or the morphology was not very good. So less than 2% of his sperm were actually good. So we were like, well, maybe that's the problem. So my husband, bless his heart, he wasn't a big drinker anyway, but he literally stopped drinking any alcohol at weekends. He just went on a super healthy diet. He had a very healthy diet anyway, but we started really looking at like looking after ourselves the best we could, because that's, you know, you read up on it, that's the best way to like improve the quality. So we did that for 2 years and again got nowhere. My husband kept having tests like every 6 months. It was improving a little bit, and then once it went down to like 1% and we were like, oh God. Like we started to really worry, because the more you read up on it, it's, yeah, there can be like millions, but if they've got 2 heads or 2 tails or square heads, it's not gonna work. So we just thought, you know what, we'll just keep trying. And I will admit, I'm gonna be honest here, our relationship did suffer because it becomes all about making a baby and not about enjoying each other. And, you know, I don't need to explain much more on that, but you know what I mean? It really became about, it was like an unhealthy obsession. I would track everything, I'd know when I was ovulating, and that's what annoyed me, because I'm really aware of my body and I know my body so well, and I was like, this should be happening, and it's just not happening. So it started to ruin our relationship, if I'm honest. Then IVF became available for our area, so skip forward a few years, became available, and we had an appointment to go to. I've had loads of internal scans and everything like that. I couldn't find anything, and by this point I was 36, 36, can't remember, 35, and they did another blood test for me, which they should have done years ago, but they didn't, and it was basically my egg reserve. And it devastated me because everything came back fine, but I was literally point something below, which I think is really awful, the sort of acceptance level for IVF. So if a man has low sperm count, they can be treated. If a woman has a low egg reserve, they won't. But that, to me, that's really unfair and really like backwards, because surely if you've got a low egg reserve, that means that you need help, the same as with a low sperm count. So yeah, that broke my heart, because I was like, right, we've basically waited 5 years, wasted our time, and in those 5 years my egg reserve is now depleted. Because, and don't get me wrong, it was just below average, so not so bad. But I kind of put that down to the fact that my cycles are really short, so I'm thinking I'm pumping out these eggs like nobody's business. And when I actually found out I was pregnant and went for my early scan, she was like, you released 2 eggs this month. And I'm like, well, maybe every month I release more than 1, which I think is really clever that they can tell that. And maybe I'm just like making it rain with my eggs. Who knows? We'll never know. But anyway, I went home and I started to think this imaginary baby that I'd created in my head that I was so certain that I was definitely going to have and saw it in my future. I was like, maybe I've got it wrong. And then you start to, don't know if any women that struggle can relate to this, drop a comment if you feel brave enough. Because I know lots of people don't want to talk about it. There's like a shame with it. There's just so much emotional baggage that comes with it. But I felt that I started to then think, well, I always knew I wanted a child in one capacity, and I thought I could adopt, but I knew that maybe if I was going to adopt, I'd do it later in life rather than now. I don't know why. I just felt like if I was going to have my life like completely monitored, I want to make sure I really do live my life and get every holiday, everything out of the way before everyone says, you know, with adoption, you can't do that, you can't do this, you know. I don't know. I just thought, right, well, I will eventually. But in my head, sorry, I'm rambling now, I thought, well, maybe life would be fine with that baby. And you start computing yourself to think, do you know what? Maybe it won't be the end of the world if we can't. And I literally started telling myself that. I've got wonderful nieces and nephews, so I think it's fine, we can just be that cool auntie and uncle. But inside, that's not how I felt. But it was just, I think it was a bit of a defense mechanism, or like a coping mechanism, like to deal with it. So we started to just think, maybe no baby. So as sad as that was, I just thought, we're going to have to save up for IVF. I am a higher BMI than what you need to be for private. So I thought, well, it's going to be a while because I'm going to have to lose weight and all of that. And I just sort of pushed it to the back of my mind because I've always had my business to keep me busy. So I just thought, right, pump your energies into that, pump your energies into your relationship. So come April this year, me and Sean decided, again, I was tracking my ovulation. I was like a psycho. I thought, right, sod it, I am not doing this. In this time as well, Sean was getting acupuncture. He was taking, I'm going to link the tablets that he was taking because we think they're a big contributor in his sperm improving quite a lot. So they actually got to 4%, I think it was. Yeah, 4%. So that's a massive improvement from 1. So he thinks that that had like a lot to play with it. And he went to see an acupuncturist, which he thinks really helped too. We also did a bit of a voodoo thing. So on New Year's Eve, we sprinkled pomegranate seeds on our doorstep because our friends told us they did it and it worked. And I was like, at this point, I am willing to try anything. Let's give it a go. So we did. And I don't know, it might be something to do with it. Also, we wrote, there was a moon last year, a special moon. TikTok told me about it. And we basically wrote down like affirmations that they would happen to us or were going to happen to us. So writing it in the future tense and being like, I will be holding my baby this time next year and all these things. And you had to put it in the moonlight. I wish I still had the piece of paper to prove it to you, but it rained that night and it completely disintegrated. But I don't know, if you're spiritual, you might believe in those things. If you think I'm wacko, that is also fine. But anyway, come April, we both decided enough's enough. I was, you know, we were ruining our relationship. It was like every other day in the fertile period, and it was just like, became so rigid and awful. So in May, I literally didn't track a thing. We tried, I said, had sex. We tried for a baby 3 times that month because it was like, whenever we want it, we will have it. And that's how much we wanted it. We're just bored of it now, honestly. We are bored of trying. So I was like, I forgot all about it. Now, we had a holiday in June and I knew, because I'm regular as clockwork, I was going to be on my period the week before my holiday. So I was like, right, brilliant. Girls, you'll know what I mean. It's like, fantastic. Not going to be on my period for my holiday. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, I was like over the moon. I was like, brilliant, here we go. might be able to try for a cheeky baby on holiday when we're all relaxed. All the things that people tell you to do, just relax on holiday, it'll happen. We had 3 full holidays in that time, never happened. But I just left it. Anyway, got up, it was our wedding anniversary, and I just can't believe the timing of this. So I got up and I woke up and I was like, ow, the sides of my boobs really, really hurt. Like they felt like someone had punched them. Now, stupid me, shows how much I knew about pregnancy, probably why it never happened. I thought when everyone talks about sore boobs when you're pregnant, I thought it was nipples. I thought, oh, I bet your nipples kill. No, the sides of my boobs. And I thought, hang on, what's the date? I was like, it's the 3rd of June, our wedding anniversary. I was like, oh, bugger, I must be late because I'm now going to be on my period for my holiday. I was like, freaking great, here we go. I was like more angry that didn't even compute. Sat down at my dressing table to grab, I don't know what I grabbed that morning, a flannel I think, to go into the bathroom. And I thought I'll just take a test. I had 1 test left because I'm psycho with testing and stuff. I just always had one in the house, you know, for every month. Disappointment, disappointment. That's another thing I'll say about trying for a baby. The money that you throw at it is actually sickening. Pregnancy test, ovulation test, tablets, gel, special lube stuff, like it's ridiculous. Anyway, I digress. I grabbed this test and normally I'm like this, I wee on it and I'm like, I just weed on it, did not, and I promise you when I say I was not expecting anything, I just thought, oh, disappointment again, Tiff. Because I've been like 1 or 2 days late, but I think by this point I must have been 4 or 5 days late. Anyway, brushing my teeth, and I've never seen a test come up with it came up so quick. And I had such hopes to tell Sean in a lovely way. I literally started hyperventilating, sobbing, snotting like snot bubbles, you know, like I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Ran into the bedroom. I was so relieved because I hadn't bought him an anniversary present or a card. I was like, got you this? And I just thrust it at him and I was just crying. I couldn't even get my words out and he was half asleep, bless him. He was like, what? And I just couldn't even say it because I didn't believe it. You know, you're like, what does this mean? I knew what it meant. But yeah, 5 years to the day on our 5th anniversary, we'd gone and bloody done it. And I just can't believe it. I still can't believe it. The worst part was, worst and best part, don't know what you think about this. We were going to Greece for an all-inclusive holiday, literally in 5 days from then. And part of me just wanted to be at home, peeing on sticks, making sure the baby was still in there, because I think women that have struggled or miscarried or anything, I think you feel like you're not worthy, or you feel like this can't possibly be happening because you've been so used to disappointment. So I was just like, surely not. And some days I had no symptoms and I was like, I don't feel pregnant. And I was mortified. I was like, I just want to feel pregnant. Now, and my friend at the time that I told, she was like, don't say this because in a few months you'll be like, I wish I had no symptoms. I'm going to be doing trimester updates for you, so I'm going to do some more videos to tell you how I've been getting on and the symptoms that I've had, because when I was on that holiday in Greece, I tell you, I was on everyone's YouTube channel. What is 7 weeks? What is 5 weeks? I was obsessed because I had no one to talk to. I didn't want to tell anyone too early because, again, society tells you you'll jinx it or it's a bad idea to. So I didn't. I kept it really quiet, just me and Sean. And one of my friends that I knew had struggled, because I just thought I need advice, help me. And yeah, I basically spent that whole holiday not enjoying the all-inclusive. Couldn't have feta, couldn't have certain cheeses. I couldn't have Coca-Cola on tap like I normally love. I felt so tired and so bloated. I think I wore the same 3 dresses on rotation because I was like, nothing looks good. I just felt fat, fatter than usual, just bloated. And like I say, I'm going to do a video on the, you know, what I was feeling. I wrote it all down, so I've got loads and loads of notes to share if anyone's interested. But yeah, I just wanted to round that up and say, got back to the UK, booked in for an early scan, window to the womb, would thoroughly recommend that just to put your mind at ease. Got to see a heartbeat. Still couldn't believe it. Still to this day, like, even though I've got a bump and stuff, like I'm sitting 15.5 weeks now, I still don't, I can't believe that we've managed to do it. I just feel so, I don't want to say lucky, because I think lucky people are the ones that fall pregnant like that. I feel so grateful, so happy, and honestly, I thought I would come on here and sob, but I think I've cried so many tears that I'm just like dead inside now. Like, I'm emotionless because I'm emotionally spent. I've cried and cried and cried because it's all I've ever wanted. All I've ever wanted is to be a mum, and I just can't believe I've got this sort of lucky, in a way, that it's finally happened. And that's not to rub salt in the wound, because trust me, I've made so many friends through infertility. I've made so many good friends that have given me advice and love and support. And part of me, even when I shared my baby news, I was like, I felt really guilty. I felt really sad, because I know how it feels. You're happy for them, but you also think, when's it going to be my turn? And I don't think that's a bad thing to admit, and I don't think that's a bad thing to accept. You feel horrible for feeling that way, because you think, oh God, am I mean? But it is hard. But I just hope, I really just want to give hope and just some sort of, I don't know, encouragement, that sometimes even when you think, and I think unexplained infertility, in a way, I know ours did have little elements that were problems, but really there wasn't really much to go on. I think that it can just make you feel like, what's going on? Why is it not my time yet? And I'm here to chat, basically. Drop me a comment, drop me a message. I will always chat to you. I know how it feels, and like I say, I hope this video has been useful to somebody. It's more for my memories. I just wanted to record it so that I've got something to look back on, and for this baby to know how bloody wanted they were. Like, really wanted. But yeah, and props to my husband for putting up with me and my demanding schedule, because I think us women can go a bit nuts with it. So thank you, Sean, for putting up with it. And yeah, I mean, why would I be thanking man for having sex with me? He should be thanking me. You know what I mean though? Girls that have been trying for a long time would be like, yeah, we turned into mini Hitlers. I remember him going on a work night out actually once, and I was like, well, I need you at home. It's the time. And he was like, well, it's the work do, Tiffany. I was like, what time will you be back? Honestly, never again. Never again will I be that person, because I finally feel like my life is complete. I've got everything that I could possibly want, and I'm just, like I say, so grateful. So if anyone would like to chat, and I hope that this has given you hope. I know I keep saying it, but honestly, I want this to be a positive video for people and not feel like, oh, you know, that makes me sad or disappointed for myself. Please see it as hope. I really thought it was hopeless. I really did. And yeah, don't know how to round this up, but thanks for watching. And like I say, look out for my, here we go. This is my brain failing me now. We're 20 minutes deep. Look out for the trimester updates, because they'll be coming, and you might not want a baby after I tell you them. Honestly, all people ever told me about was morning sickness, and I thought that was it. They lied. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Sending you baby sprinkles and sparkles. Much love. Bye.